If you'd like to check these out on Amazon, be sure to check the video description for a direct link and for any promotion codes. All right, got a package from Amazon today. This should be a pair of Bluetooth over-the-air speakers. And oddly enough, does that even fit in the camera? Here we go, or on the camera? Yeah, so strange thing is this box is not incredibly oversized like they usually are. Most of the time when I get something like this, it ends up being like a micro SD card. So good job on the packaging this time. Let's take a look and see. There we go. Just what I thought. So this is the Cowin, or Cowin. Hopefully I'll pronounce it correctly. Yeah, see, almost no wasted space in the box. That's awesome. And these are Bluetooth over-the-ear headphones. And as you know, I love Bluetooth everything. But putting little earbud deals inside your ear after a while does get kind of annoying because it builds up heat. I know it has all sorts of other strange things that happen. Supposedly you get more bacteria over time when you have earbuds in. So this is supposed to be the way to go. And of course you get the benefit of something that seals out the sound from the outer world. But I have not tried these before. I have not even seen them. Oh, this is cool. We have some sort of case. It looks like a pleather carrying case. So you can throw them in. Ooh. Those actually look really nice. So I see volume controls here. I assume that's a track advance. And then what do we have? We've got a 3.5. So maybe you can plug them in if you want to. Of course, we have our micro USB charger. And then they all sit down inside this little foam deal. And I got to say, the one thing that struck me about this box when I picked it up was how light it felt. And these are still relatively light, I'd say. But I will let you know. Oh, that's a cool little swivel. I'm going to plug these up fully, plug them in fully, let them charge up completely, try them out, and then come back and let you know what I think. Because obviously right now all we really know is what they look like, which doesn't tell us much about the quality of the item. So let's see. I am actually going to use my own charger. It does come with the micro USB. It looks like this cable's probably about 3 feet. So yeah, it's definitely like a 3-foot wire that comes with it, but I happen to have one on my desktop already. Let's see if I can get it over here. That is already ready to plug in. So where is, okay, here's the port right down here on the bottom. We'll go ahead and plug this in, and you can see we have a charging light that turns on. I would imagine when they're fully charged, that red light will go away. I will come back later and check them out. These are the Cowin E7 wireless Bluetooth headphones with noise cancellation. I forgot to mention that last time. I'm sure you already noticed it on the box. So I've been using these for a few days, and I do need to note real quick that these were provided by the seller on Amazon, where they are a top seller, so you don't have to just take my word for this. These are pretty nice overall, but I want to get into the details of my observations here. So these were sent to me for review, and the first thing I noticed is that they look pretty cool. I like the finish here. It's kind of like a chrome appearance. These are actually metal on the inside. I believe this is metal also. It's really hard to tell for sure. It might be kind of a hardened plastic, but I don't want to scratch them up just to find out. But they are relatively lightweight. They come in at 13.6 ounces. So there's probably a bit of plastic in here, but this is actually a good thing when you're wearing these things on your head, because you don't want something that's going to be really heavy. They are very comfortable. They have these cushioned ear cups here that will surround your ear and block out most of the noise outside of whatever it is that you happen to be listening to. And up here on the top, it's got some nice padding here, so very comfortable to wear overall. I had them on for a couple hours yesterday, and it is about 95 degrees where I'm at. So yes, over time, if you wear these nonstop, they do kind of build up some moisture on the inside, but not any more than any other sort of headphone that goes over your ear, at least as far as what I've tried so far. Now, range-wise, I was able to get 50 feet line of sight without any problems, not dropping any Bluetooth connection or having any hiccups, which these and every other Bluetooth device that I have will occasionally have that very short disconnect and reconnect, but these weren't any worse. In fact, they were better than some of the other headphones that I have tested. Now, these do come with noise cancellation, and the control is down here on the bottom of the right ear cup. And you can see it's designated right there. There's a little R. Hopefully you can see that. So down here on the bottom, this is one of the things that I like, and at the same time, I think this issue comes in with any type of headphone. So if you go to the first position here, you put it into Bluetooth. That's what the BT stands for. It will go into pairing mode if it isn't automatically connected to something. Let's see, we should have a little blue flashing light. Hopefully you can see that. It's actually flashing blue on the inside there. It's kind of hard to see because I've got a lot of lights on right now. If you move this all the way forward to the noise cancellation position, it will actually cancel out quite a bit of the sound that's coming from outside the headphones. It does actually affect the sound quality somewhat. It's not a huge thing, but I am a bit of an audiophile, so I do notice that going from the standard setting here over to the noise cancellation kind of made the music a little more hollow, I guess would be the word that I want to use for it. But the good news is that just having these on seals out quite a bit of the outside noise that you're normally going to hear when you're enjoying your music. So I didn't really have to use the noise cancellation, but I did notice this, and this is kind of a functionality thing here. This works. It does what it's supposed to. This is Bluetooth, it's pairing, and then we go to noise cancellation. However, if you try to go from noise cancellation back to the standard setting, you will almost definitely push it too far and end up turning them off. So that's what happened to me. While you have these on your head and you try to move this controller, it's fine to go one direction, but it's kind of all or nothing because it's very difficult to get this thing to only move back one click. You really have to have good control over this. Not a terrible thing though, because even if you go all the way to off, once you turn it to Bluetooth mode, it does reconnect right away. So there wasn't a huge delay waiting for it to get reconnected when I did that. But you're probably going to end up going all the way to off if you want to go from noise cancellation to Bluetooth. As you can see, there is a 3.5 millimeter jack down here that you can plug in. But that, what's the point of having wireless headphones if you're going to plug them into a headphone jack like that? I suppose maybe in the worst case scenario, if your battery got low, which is very unlikely for these, which I'll get to in a second, then you could always plug them in. Now, it's also got NFC built in, so if you click this button right here by the volume controls, it will allow you to just set your NFC device next to it, and it should cue them to pair automatically on whatever smartphone you happen to be using. You can see the volume controls here are actually kind of the opposite of what I would intuitively reach for. The decrease button is at the top and the increase button is at the bottom. So you just kind of have to get used to that. This is up and this is down, which is fine. Doesn't take very long for you to adjust to this. However, I will state that for any kind of Bluetooth device that has a built-in volume and track control, which is what this is, you can advance the track here, you can go back to the previous track here, and if you long press, it will activate the volume controls. The tricky thing about that is getting the fine tuning on the volume control can be kind of tricky because if you don't hold it long enough, you actually skip the track. And that's not just this specific pair of headphones, it's inherent to any type of headphone that uses this type of control. And this is where something like the pressure sensitive touchscreen on an iPhone would come in handy if you could build it into a pair of headphones. That's one really practical application I can see for that function or that feature. Now the battery is 800 milliamps and it lasts a long time. On the website or on Amazon, they said you get 30 hours of playback time from these. A full charge takes about 5 hours, but you can charge them for something like 10 minutes and get a full hour playback time, which is pretty incredible. Not hard to believe because there is an 800 milliamp battery inside of the headphones. Unfortunately, I had looked at a different model that looked like it appeared as though, at least in the past, that you could actually remove one of these cups off of the left-hand side and see the battery, but unfortunately, that is not the case with these. So I almost broke this thing trying to take it apart, so don't do that if you buy these. It is not made to be removed at this time anyways. It will kind of pop off at the top, but not at the bottom, and that's only because I forced it. This probably wouldn't look like this or be moving around had I not tried to open it, but it does stay on. It's not like it's falling off or anything. On the other side, however, they do have a removable cup here, and it's actually got a T5 Torx screw down on the bottom, and I had to be curious just to see what's inside these things, and I don't recommend that you do this. It will almost definitely void your warranty, but if you were to be curious, you can find out right here. You don't have to do this to your own headphones. If we pull this guy off, we can actually get inside and see what this looks like, which is, kind of interesting. I was just kind of poking around in here, seeing what it looked like, and there you have it. So you can see your volume switches there, and you've got the little NFC play. Oh, that's actually a play pause. And here's an interesting thing. I did not even realize that because I kind of just blew through the owner's manual, which doesn't go into great detail, but that is the play pause button, and it's actually printed onto the circuit board inside of the headphones. So that's kind of cool. Let's go ahead and put this back together. And as I mentioned, I don't recommend that you do that, but if you did, this is how you would be able to see the inside of the headphones. Now, when it comes to the microphone, I have to assume that the primary purpose of this microphone is for noise cancellation, because while you can use this to make a phone call, it's not going to sound particularly good to the person on the other end. Think of a speakerphone, but slightly worse. But as far as the headphones themselves, if you're an audiophile and you're looking for Bose sound quality, Bose level sound quality, you're not going to get that for a pair of headphones. It's under a few $100s, but for the price, these sound pretty decent. They were especially, I would say, if anything really stuck out to me about the playback quality, it's the bass. You do get a decent sound of bass for these, and I played a video off YouTube that is excellent for testing low-end frequencies. I'll put a link down in the bottom so you can check that out. It's pretty cool. If you have a new stereo, new set of headphones, you should definitely play this track back. It's got lots of low-end sound. The mids and highs were about average, I would say, overall, but I have no complaints really. Again, considering the price, I think for a mid-range headphones, you'll be pretty happy with these. But if for any reason, of course, you're not happy, they actually have a 30-day guarantee. So if you buy these and you don't like them, send them back. It's easy. And what really stuck out to me is that their warranty, instead of being 12 months, is actually 18 months. So you have a year and a half from the manufacturer. And again, on both of those, assuming you don't physically break them, they will replace them for you. And within 30 days, if you don't like them, just return them unbroken and you get your money back. So it's hard to ask for more than that.